Hey, hi, how's it going? Welcome to today's episode, this week's episode of Becoming a Natural Pro Bodybuilder. Once again, there's been some updates with shows and progress as always, and even nutrition. So, train and cardio too, actually. So, there's a whole overall, and then at the end, we're gonna go through. I think there was like one comment that I thought was interesting, if I can remember. Okay, first things first. In terms of progress, looking good. So, week 6 now, what I've done is I've changed the way that I pose for the pictures. And what I'm really doing is basically like correcting my posture, trying to flex my arms, and keep everything as engaged, basically as flexed as possible. So, which is why I stand different. Also, the camera angle is different. I had the idea that when I'm on stage, the judges are actually basically they're obviously they're in front, but they're also a bit lower. So I thought, let me have a camera angle that's lower than what I usually do to see what they would see, and then try to pose appropriately. So this is kind of like a lower perspective, but still like same room and everything. That's the front. And the back, everything is looking pretty good. Again, arms are tense, so which is why I look a bit more. Um, I guess my shape is different. You can see here now. There's striations in my like kind of deeper striations in my back. There's a little bit here, but it's a lot more defined here, and more is coming on this side, on the right side. But you can also see my hamstring is sort of developing itself a lot more as well, which I'm kind of surprised that it's not happening on this side. I'm hoping it's just the camera angle and not that my right hamstring is so much further behind than my left one, because my right one's actually the one that has no injuries. Back wise, shoulders, I think everything is good. Again, my back is my best feature, so I honestly never have any complaints with this. Um, Onto the side, so this is what I mean by you can see my flexing a lot more. The here you can see it looks like my arms are bigger on this side, but it's just that the fat is more is less concentrated, or obviously less contracted. But now when I tense, you can see everything moves in the right areas. The fat is more um, put into the right areas because of the flex, and then you can see my tricep pull shoot a lot more. Abs are looking good. Uh, I'll let you know what happened. So you can see here I'm a lot more sunken in, and here, even though I'm trying to do the exact same pose, I'm not achieving the same flat stomach as I have here. Hamstrings sweep looking really good. Quad sweep looking good from the side. Calves nowhere to be seen, but that's normal. And pretty much the same on the other side. So that's the physical, I guess, yeah, picture progress, physical progress. We're actually going to go into nutrition because I think it ties in with what's going on with the progress. So what happened over the weekend was that on Friday I went out to eat with my friends, and I had planned to not eat with them because I feel like it was going to throw me off track, but I also didn't want to ruin the mood. Well, not even ruin the mood, but I kind of wanted to join in and enjoy spending time with my friends. Hadn't seen them in a while. So initially I got chicken, just like chicken and veg. And this is how you know I'm an addict, right? So as soon as that happened, as soon as I ate something that wasn't part of my regular macros, I just thought, nah, I can just eat whatever. But luckily I didn't. I didn't. So what I ended up doing was we had like we had Lebanese grill basically, and across the road was a Tesco. So I literally, after we finished, I cycled to Tesco and I bought 3 protein bars. So I shot up my calories by quite a bit. The protein bars are probably around between 200 to 300 calories each, I think, but 16 grams of protein, around 8 grams of fat each. So I ate those, right, and then I got home and I was just more ravenous. And I'm at the stage of dieting where anything that I eat tastes really good. Like it could literally be like plain boiled rice and it'll taste really good. So now that I had something even better and more um, tasty than that, I just got super like ravenous with my cravings. So I basically raided the kitchen. There wasn't much. I think I drank a bunch of water as well to try curb my appetite, but that didn't work. So I had like 2 cookies. I made some, um, if you're Nigerian, you know what I mean, but something called gari. I made like gari, some peanuts. I made 2 portions of that to the point where I was so full. And there's a lot of water in gari as well. So I tried to eat something that would basically fill up my stomach and would stop me from wanting to eat, which basically happened, but I was so uncomfortably full. And it just ruined my day basically in terms of calories. Up until going out, I hit my calorie goal after I went out, I went over it by a little bit, but it was chicken, so it was fine. The protein bars with the fats went over the top, and then by the time I got home, I had those two bowls of food and the cookies way over. So that's day one, I blew it. Saturday now, and this is where like my my rationality was out the window basically. But basically, my mind managed to help me rationalize taking a break from my diet. So my I was with my family, and we went out for dinner again. So going out for dinner twice in a row, it really just mentally I was like, I need a break, because I just know that anything that's gonna throw me off track, my rationale was I might as well just I might as well enjoy the meal and go all the way off track. So I didn't diet for the whole day. I didn't do any training, any cardio, anything. I just kind of chilled and then went out to eat. And I was basically eating everything in sight. I had again, I bought 3 protein bars, popcorn, and some other snacks here and there. But I made sure to get my protein goal at least, just to make sure that I wasn't doing too much damage to myself. So that was Saturday. Sunday, I did the exact same thing with the protein bars. I bought 3 more protein bars, exact same brand as well. So it's called Bear Bells, and I get the same flavor. And I bought 2 bags of popcorn, and I think I just drank that and protein shakes for the day to make sure I get my protein in. So the main goal is, or the main thing is, I managed to get my protein in, even though I was basically off track. However, the way I rationalized it was that this is the last time where I'll take, because I don't think throughout this whole prep I'll actually need any refeed. But it's not, there's no, there's nothing against it. There's no reason to not have refeed. I just don't need it. So I thought this break over these 3 days that I had would be basically all the 3 refeeds that I would need, or all the refeeds I'll ever need throughout this prep. So that's how I rationalized it. In my head, it makes sense. My weight shot up to as high as 102.4 yesterday morning, and then this morning it was 100.8, but I haven't logged it. So on average, I actually still didn't do too bad. I'm still on 99, which isn't terrible, but it's just that I've set myself back. I'm not sure about how much yet, and we'll see by the end of the week. But that leads me on to the next thing, where with my cardio, I decided to sort of repent and increase, at least for this week, do 15 minutes of extra cardio every single day. And I'll just do that in the evening session where I don't do cardio at the moment. And I'll just do it either before or after the session, depending on how tired I feel. I'll just do 15 minutes of elliptical or row, it depends on literally how I feel. And then going forward, if my energy levels feel good and I'm not losing as much weight as I want to, but actually I think I'll do it anyway, because I think I can go for it. I can really start to push, because there's less than 10 weeks now. I'll just do at least 4 or 3 days of 15 minutes of extra cardio. And if I feel like, really pushing, I'll do it every single day, because right now the 15 minutes doesn't feel taxing, and I'm going to try to double down on that. Right, that's cardio. Nutrition, yeah, even though I blew it over the weekend, everything is back to normal. I'm not changing anything with my calories, because there's no need to. Everything is working fine. Protein's still good. Energy's good. Fats are good. Planned shows. Okay, cool. So with the shows, where is it? So with the shows, still doing the exact same PCA shows, but I've decided to do obviously the Universe, but then the Heart of England one. I think I probably said this last time, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna do the Heart of England one. That was some fluff there, and then go into the Global Cup. But I think there's actually a prize here. The guy that runs it said there's a prize fund, whatever that means. So I'm looking forward to that. The real issue is that this week I'll be loose tracking. I'm definitely gonna eat pizza, so we'll see how that affects my prep going forward. So I'll have basically 3 weeks to prepare for this show. I might drop out of this show if I don't feel like I'm looking as good as I want. But basically, if I don't look as good for this show, then I basically won't look good for the show anyway. So I'm just gonna put it 100%. I think I'm probably not gonna stop training the following week. I'll just enjoy food for at least 3 days, and then try to get back on the horse as fast as possible for this show here. Yeah, I think that's about it for planned shows, to be fair. Okay. Comments. So somebody asked me how long I've been training. I think I said this all the time. 14. It's gonna be 14 years this year. as I'm going to be 29. And then they also asked me how much protein I get regularly. So the with protein, especially with my nutrition, the way I do it is like I don't track anything when I'm not competing, or when I don't have anything to do. So whenever I'm off track, I'm really off track, and I think that's what's been really holding me back in some of the progress over these years. So my goal for after this um, season of prep and competing is to literally just never go off like far off track again, and try to be in some sort of training phase with nutrition all throughout for at least the next 5 years while I plan to compete as much as possible. So my goal is to basically maintain at least 250 grams of protein throughout cutting and bulking, and just increase my carbs and fats, or mainly carbs because that's the easiest one to control. Increase my carbs during the off season to help me put energy into my workouts. But yeah, that's about it really. Yeah, that's the update. If you have any questions about my training or anything like that, or if you want any coaching with trying to get into better shape or building an impressive physique, drop me a message and we could talk about working together. All right, see you next week. Bye.